released on Sony Music India. Traveled, performed and represented India in over 18 countries. Tita has been also been featured on BBC, Arte and Canal Plus as music activist and sound healer. Magnum Photos from France featured her as one of the 100 women changing India. Tita going to talk about her journey as an Indian woman music artist and how she made a mark on the map of independent music in India and Europe. How her voice gave her wings to fly, how her passion gave her the financial independence. Over to Trita. I'm sure you must have seen Trita somewhere performing and her beautiful voice. If you're not, end of the presentation, you tell them where you're performing next, and I'm sure people will turn up. Over to you.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pechakucha, for this opportunity. And I'm so happy to be here among these beautiful, illustrious, talented women. Yes, that's me, and that was a haircut which got very famous, half punk. And if you see my dress today, it's half, leggings and half sari. I've been a fusion girl all my life. This was a beautiful painting, but a photograph taken by a friend of mine when I was in a very divine moment, connecting with the source with my music. I think I sing better than I speak, but today I'm going to try. This is my partner Ritika, and we had a band called Space, which stands for Stop Patriarchy and Choose Equality. We had that for about 10 years in Delhi, in the capital, and we did a lot of work after Nirbhaya happened, a world where every girl and woman can decide what to do with her body, with her present and her future. This was at the TED Talk when I was asked to speak, but I preferred to take all my women, friends and girls from Space, and we did a kind of a presentation about forced arranged marriages, which happens in Haryana and Punjab, not so far from Delhi, and some of our domestic health were victims of that. That's another Pagli. Eve Ensler, many of us have read her book, Vagina Monologues. I do a lot of work with her. She's funding an organization called Jagori in India and Delhi and Dharamshala, where we support a lot of domestic violence victims, women mostly, and we're going to start an art center soon. That's Mallika Sarabhai, one of my favorite mentors, and she reached out to me to be the voice of Lal Ded, a Kashmiri mystic, poet, a spiritual seeker from the 13th century when I was looking for answers from a woman who has written some books about spirituality. That's my first album. Pagli, my uncle used to call me Pagli when I was a little girl, and finally when I made my first album, I thought, why not call it Pagli? So it's a journey of me as a mad woman trying to find freedom from traditions to modernity through crazy freedom, and I picked up an electric guitar, I met some French musicians, I moved to Paris, and I traveled the world with this fantastic jazz and psychedelic rock band that I made for about 14 years. We traveled around 18 countries and represented India and France at many times. This was the album that I made with them called Ragas in Paris, which was basically all the education that I had in the Drupad and Khayal of Indian classical music, but with a jazz and a psychedelic Western mind, listening to our Indian music, and we had a beautiful dialogue. Soon after that, I met a beautiful sound healer called Martin Dubois. He's doing a lot of work also in Goa. I brought him to India. And we made an album with the hang drum and kora and Mongolian chants and my bam hum, which was gifted to me by a Nagaland tribal. And we made this album called Elements of Existence, based on the 5 elements: earth, water, air, space, and fire. And our album proceeds went for the children of Bodh Gaya, a beautiful school, where we also went and met the children who we funded for their 1 meal a day so that they go to school and don't stay hungry. So we went and met the children there, very happy little children, and I love them, and I do a lot of work for them also. They're the future of the planet. And I kept working for films around children, which took me to America as well. I did, this was One Beat. This was a certificate given to me by the White House when Obama President Obama was still the last term of his presidentship, he dreamt of a international integration of musicians coming together from every country. We were 25 countries together, that's me, and that's all my friends around the world now, each one doing work around a social issue. I was doing on women empowerment and gender equality through music, bringing about social change and community engagement. Soon I made another score for a film called Voyage for Change, which Ravi talked about. And this was around these wise children, few of them from France, India, Japan, and America. And they were giving us sustainability solutions of the planet, of the future of the planet. But very, very simple solutions. Of course, I've met Vandana Shiva. She's protecting the seed. She's fighting against Monsanto. And she's a wonderful woman. She inspired me for making my album Pachamama, which is a tribute to Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Pachamama is Mother Earth far away in South America. She came as a dream to me. I'm wearing some plastic garbage bags here. And we released this on the International Plastic Free World Day, which was July 3rd. And in the middle of pandemic, I decided to release it as a ray of hope for myself and giving beautiful sounds for all my listeners. I also do a lot of teaching. I'm teaching Indian classical music, how to sing, how to open your voice chakra, and also how to use voice and sound for your internal healing. So how to know that every sound frequency is resonating with every part of your body, and anybody and everybody can sing. And this is one of the big workshops where everyone was touching their crown chakra with the sounds that they were producing, and they were vibrating. So we just sometimes we have so many medical things that we do to our bodies. We have these pills and which have a lot of side effects, but it's actually very good to think of sound and music as an alternative way of healing. This was something which happened last year, Divine Union, which I did a festival in Moji Gaon, bringing together community for 3 days and 1 night, where it was an understanding of masculine and feminine energies together. We did it on Women's Day and Shivratri coming together close. That's my logo. Now I'm also a DJ. I thought that without my bands also I can survive as a woman with many hands playing many things at the same go. And that's how I became DJ Pagli, and I also do that in India, in Goa, and hopefully around the world. That's me, last but not the least. Thank you so much, Pecha Kucha. Thank you, Ravi. And it was awesome listening to all of you. Hopefully we'll be friends. Yeah.
Krita, what a journey you're having. Great. You want Krita to sing a song? Yeah! Yay! Let's do that.